Welcome back to Sawyer's and Abby's Adventures. And today we woke up and guess what we found? We found the elves grabbing a bunch of cooking ingredients and opened up to a page of making, guess what kind of cookies? Sugar cookies. So,
I'm not doing it.
we're going to put another secret ingredient in there. We'll tell you what that is then maybe later. But that's going to get ground up into a fine powder to add a little bit more flavor to these cookies. So first, to make the cookies, as Sawyer's grinding it up, we need all the wet ingredients in there first, like 3/4 cup of butter. And the first, we are mixing the dry ingredient in of the sugar, because how can you have sugar cookies without sugar? We have a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and we have how many eggs? We have 2 chicken seeds. You want to hold that while I crack the eggs, or do you want to crack the eggs?
Well, then.
Yep. See if I can do one-handed.
All it takes.
All it takes is... oh, spectacular. Spectacular. Get that next one. And Sawyer is grinding up his secret recipe. Whoa, I almost dropped that, it felt like. And from there we go over to here to our wonderful mixer. We're going to whoop this all together while Sawyer is grinding that up. Do that on a high. Get that all mixed together, all nice and smooth. Bit. Dump that sugar in there. Because they're sugar cookies. You gotta love the sugar cookies. Especially when we're getting up here to do like Christmas. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. That is looking all nice and smooth. From here, got that. So we're using his mortar and pestle we got. That grinds things up all nice. A little bit more there, buddy. And from right here, we go to this and we dump in our 2 cups of flour. We put in our...
Yum.
Oh, you think you want to try that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Our tablespoon of baking soda. And my salt. And a tablespoon of salt. So you gotta have that sweet and savory. And before I even put this in the blender, I try and get this all whipped up together with the whisk so that baking powder and salt are spread around equally and they don't get bound up in the wet ingredients all at once. Here we go. Dump that in there. And we changed the head on this, obviously, because we're not mixing something completely wet, soaking, and we mix this up like so. Oh my gosh, yep, let's get that in there. Almost forgot about your secret ingredient. No, I think we're going to put one more semi-secret ingredient in there, bud. Hold that. We are going to put a dib-a-dab of honey in there. Not too much, because we don't want too much wet, but that'll just give it a little spike of flavor there. And Sawyer's secret ingredient. We already have our oven preheated to 400. Of course, we got to taste that batter a little bit again as we go. I probably could use the dough hook on this, but this should work. We're mixing cookie dough. Yep, look at that. Look at that go. Oh my gosh, you know what? You're going to with this from start to finish here pretty much. And mixing this only takes 6 minutes, pretty much. There's not a lot of time really to make something yummy, is it, bud? Fun thing about sugar cookies is we can cut cookie shapes. So today, the snowman wants to be part of this. We're going to use a gingerbread cutout. We're going to make gingerbread cookies later. And we got the Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, I just tried some of that. And that was yummy. You going to try a taste? Yeah?
Whoa!
And Sawyer's going to pass out.
That mine.
And Sawyer's obviously going to take the paddle. But to make this easier to deal with, I believe we're going to chill this in the freezer for a couple minutes here. Well, Sawyer is looking that whole thing up here. I'm going to tell you what happens next. As I said, we got that in the freezer, and I think he's hooked on this cookie batter. What do you think about the honey in there? Tell me about the honey. Delicious? Okay, so we have our wax paper to help our counter be a little bit cleaner as we do this. We are going to spread a little bit of flour out. So when we roll these cookies out, they don't stick even the wax paper, which, yeah, almost redundant, but it also, like Mama always taught me, a little bit of flour on your rolling pin helps it keep from sticking to the rolling pin, because we don't want that. Oh look, there's our culprits that got us started today. This guy right here, he's a little trickster. Yeah. Baby likes cookies. I caught that baby in the fridge eating cookies. Yeah, they were chilling in the fridge eating cookies. Now they want more. Can you believe that? And a couple more minutes before we can get started on this. And like I always say, the waiting is what part? The hardest part.
Yeah.
You doing anything? Or are they just sitting there smiling, waiting for cookies? Look how innocent they look. Waiting for the cookies.
Nom, nom,
Do not eat the baby.
nom, nom.
No eating the baby. Alrighty. Alrighty, that was just about 5 minutes in the freezer. Now this is supposed to make 4 dozen cookies. I'm thinking it's making 4 dozen circle cookies. And here we go. I should have doubled, tripled, quadrupled this recipe because we're going to get 1 snowman, 1 tree, and 1 gingerbread dude.
And 1 for eating a habit.
Sawyer got Subway from his sister, which is kind of nice. So, we're going to make this here, and the rest we're just going to cut out in the shapes. These little wonderful shapes here. And we're going to cut them up that way. That looks like it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, so let's get to cutting. And as we cut these out, we can roll it up and make more. But maybe we'll get some more shapes. We'll see. Alrighty. Alrighty, people, those were just a little bit too sticky. No, sugar cookies are sticky, but that was sticky. So, come back in here with the dough hook. Add a little bit of flour to it. And go with it that way. Yeah, I think I can double and triple this recipe. Seriously. Because the 1/8 of an inch, no, they rip too easy. And here we go. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like we're getting a dozen where it says we should have 4 dozen of the 3.5 inch cookies. Anyway, it's still a pretty good recipe here so far. And we're going with it. So let's try and get these out and on a pan. Alright, how many are we going to have? I'll tell you what, double this thing up. I think our... What are you doing? You little cookie monster. Peel it off. So that's what it should peel like when it comes off. Not like I was doing the first time. That was just a disaster. And...
Oh.
We here.
Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom.
Looks like we got a couple more. Yeah. So we'll fill up a round pan.
How many you did one to me?
I don't know. Maybe another 4 or 5. Unless we make thick ones, and then we'll be okay. That's pretty thick. And
I doubt it on your Edward.
okay, cut them up. Take as many as you can. Keep them close. Yep. Get that one in there. You can probably get 2 more out of this, maybe 3. Round pan. Cleaning up the mess earlier. We had a... Am I getting vertigo from watching this camera move back and forth? Okay, we're gonna throw these in. So this is 2, 4, 6. A dozen. We're gonna have a dozen and a half, it looks like. Some of this cookie dough just might disappear. I don't know where it's gonna go. I just have this feeling. But we can get it. Okay, looks like we're gonna have a... Yeah, let's just turn that in one cookie, Sawyer.
Why?
Okay, cut it, rip it in half and make that one cookie. Then we're gonna have an even dozen and a half here. Okay. You gonna make a face on this one? Oh my gosh. Oh, we have to cook this. This is a funny looking face. We have got to cook this cookie. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what it is. Looks like something out of Star Wars. All right, folks, here we go. Into the oven for about 6 minutes. Of course, this one's gonna take a little bit longer. And here we go, people. They are cooking. And like I always said before, and I'll say it again, the waiting is what, Sawyer?
What?
The waiting is what?
A hard part.
The hardest part, exactly. It's where you gotta have some patience. Okay, people, here they are. Here's our cookies. Let's see, top. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Perfect on the bottom. Put them on the cooling rack so they stop cooking.
Yummy. Yum, 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 yum.
And cool down a minute. Okay, here is our Star Wars looking cookie. And we have slide our cooling rack down. Oh, these look like they were. Oh, they're so good. A little bit too long on those. Well, it's just that one it looks like. Oh my gosh, these look so good. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie. Starts with C. See, what I like about the homemade cookies, number one, I know what's in them. I can add 2 of them if I want. And the other thing is, anybody else tried those cookies that come out of the package and you cut them up and you put them on the pan, and no matter how long you're in for, they burn. And they stink. And you know within the first minute you put them in the oven and they just burned. These do not. These are absolutely perfect. We're going to do this again. I like this recipe. Obviously, I had to add a little more flour to them because they were too stinking sticky. It's probably because of that little bit of honey I put in there, because a little bit of liquid goes a long way when you're cooking.
There were a hole in it.
Looks like his nose. It's like a face mask. And here we are.
What?
Oh my gosh, Sawyer, what happened to you? Anyway, next time we're going to do these again. Might double this recipe up, quadruple it up to get a proper amount of cookies. Not that no cookies is the only crime. I'm going to frost them, and I'm going to give you our frosting recipe again, which is pretty simple, and they're going to be wonderful. So, Sawyer, here is a taste test. Yeah, perfect. Outstanding.
I don't do that on my ingredient.
Oh, the secret ingredient was a honey cereal. And it was pretty good. Because you can definitely get the vanilla and the honey out of these cookies. And so they're a step up from sugar cookies, which are almost perfection anyway. But I think the honey flavoring in there with the vanilla really put over the top. So, anyway, thank you for watching Sawyer and Abby's adventures with our cooking special today and our baking special. Tune in, hit that like, hit the subscribe. And sometimes you just never know what we're going to do, but we just do it. So, Y'all have a wonderful day.